Can you address the Pierce Clarkson situation?
I think the statement was sent to everybody. I can't really address that issue due to the legal process and everything, but I understand you guys have to ask, but it's just a situation that we're going to let the legal process take its course.
And because the statement obviously says, team activities, does that also mean that he's just not around the building for right now until things
Yes,
play out?
for sure.
He wasn't at the game the other day, okay?
No, he wasn't.
What about, we saw Quasi look like he was in shorts today. Is there,
GPS, same thing as
okay.
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. Was that?
So it didn't have anything to do with some of those big hits he took at the end?
No,
of the game?
he's okay. It was just more he's running hot, and he had coming off an ankle, and it's just a lot of running for him right now. In a short week, that's the only thing.
Right.
It's a short week.
Did he practice yesterday or was 2 days out?
So yesterday was more of a walkthrough, so he was able to do that.
And then Nico Davalier.
It's still a personal thing. We're trying to get through that, but it's getting closer.
Just looking at where you are nationally ranked, scoring offense 117, defense 111, third down conversions 128, opponent third down conversions 135. What's kind of your biggest concern right now, and what would you say is kind of like your level of responsibility for where this team is right now?
Just finding a way to get these guys to show up in the first half. I think if we could put together 2 halves like we did in that second half and play like that early on, then a lot of these numbers might be a little different. But we played a really good team in that first game, and the second game didn't start the game necessarily the way that we wanted to. And I was just glad that they were able to come out after half and start executing the way that they needed to, because a lot of it is just execution. I think that we're stopping ourselves more than the opponent is stopping us.
Is there something different you guys can do in the prep, either pregame or during the week?
I'm just continuously trying. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm continuously trying to have like competitive periods early on, so to really get them going and get started. So I just think that the way that they came out today was, man, it was lights out. So I can understand how I feel that they understand that they're pressing and they need to show up. So. It's just coaches, I told everybody, just stay on top of your guys and let's just make sure that they understand what's going on and they're prepared for whatever we're doing in the game.
What did you see penalty-wise? First week was so clean, and then last week, when you went back and looked at the film, was there just different things or any common theme there?
Just more details, You got to pay attention to details. We got a hands to the face on the screen. You know that you got a punch in the chest, So it's more of being more detailed in your actions, and that should carry over and things should go better.
Week 1, you guys didn't have a offensive play over 19 yards. You had 4 different rushes go over 20 yards. Can you talk a little bit about that rushing consistency and how you've seen it kind of develop?
Just being unfortunate that we're getting behind, so we're not able to stick with the run game as much as we would like to. But like you said, they did have 4 explosive runs. I think we had 6 explosive passes too. So the offense is starting to get there. It's going to take time. It's unfortunate we didn't have our quarterback in spring, so it's just taking a little bit more time. And the more that we can continue to get reps and get out there, the more this offense is going to look more comfortable.
If you talk to them about the importance of getting off the field on third down, because opponents, I think, 19 out of 27 right now.
Defense.
Yes.
Yeah. We've stressed that with them. Just continue to reiterate everything to them, what's going on. The players are taking upon themselves to understand that we got to get off the field on third down, and offensively we got to stay on the field on third down. So it's I think both sides of the ball are understanding of what's going on, and I think that this stuff that they can fix, and I think they're excited that they actually get an opportunity to fix it.
You mentioned earlier the short week. How does that impact your preparation?
It doesn't really. We were able to get a good practice in and get the corrections done yesterday. Nobody on the team was upset or anything. They understood it's a short week, so you got to get back out there on a Sunday and let's play. So it just felt good that they actually were able to respond today also too. So Monday was a really good practice, especially being in pads. These guys really came out here and practiced hard and executed the way they needed to.
When you've got a flag-heavy game like that where both teams are getting penalized a lot, is that a conversation you guys are having on the sideline? Like, hey, we got to be especially clean because they're calling a lot?
This was a conversation we had going into the game, because just from what I was seeing, I knew it was going to be a chippy game. And just continue to reiterate to these guys that you can't retaliate in any situation, and you have to understand that this is football. There's rules, and you actually get an opportunity to get back on somebody within the whistle.
Of course, every game is important, but knowing you have a bye week after this upcoming game, how important is getting a win?
It's huge, you know. Just like when I kicked a field goal earlier, I needed something positive on the sideline to get them going, you know. So that's why I did that in that situation in the Utah game. But like you said, it's important to get a victory. These guys need to feel that, you know, because that can carry over. And then once you have positive stuff happening, more things can go. You know, as far as we scored that touchdown, you can really see how the team took off from that point on. So, you know, I'm just looking forward to this opportunity on this Friday night, and I think that they're going to be ready for it.
There's a trend in college football where basically most teams are replacing half their roster every year now, and you're one of them. Do you think that makes it harder for fans to kind of connect with the team because they don't really know these guys yet? And you know, I'm hearing some people say they got their rosters out during the game. Like, who's that? You know?
Yeah, it's college football's changed. It's not the same game that it was when I played. It's not the same game when I started coaching. And it's just changing. It's evolving every day, basically. So, you know, it's tough. We have 50 new players, 8 new coaches. It's a tough situation, and we just got to continue to stay at it and fight. And, you know, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So I think that this team is understanding. They're starting to become resilient and understand that it's going to turn around. We just got to keep working.
Do you hope going forward you don't have to have so many new players every year? You don't have to go into the portal so heavy every year?
For sure.
Is that the hope?
That's most definitely what you want to do, because if you can get guys and develop them, then they understand your culture. You know, but when you're getting new guys and you don't have them for as long as you would like, they're still learning the culture, you know. So it's a tough thing, but everybody in college football is going through it, and it's just something that, you know, you gotta evolve with the plan and what's going on and just figure it out from there.
You mentioned Nico not being here in spring. How much of what you're seeing is maybe like not quite the level of chemistry he'd want with his pass catchers and timing and that sort of stuff?
It's just more of just the reps. You know, anytime you can get reps with guys, it just helps, you know. I'm sure, well, Aaron Rodgers went out there and won a game, so it's different. But, you know,
Yeah.
But I'm just sure some of those guys would have wanted just a little bit more reps with their quarterback and stuff. And it's just a situation that, you know, the more reps you get, the more comfortable you can be. And he can anticipate guys are going to be in certain spots at certain times. So that's just really
on that third quarter drive, you guys got down to the 1, the 2 running plays. Where did you see the breakdown happen?
Interior, I want to say. One guy broke through. I think it was 30, came through interiorly. So just got to continuously stay with the run game, and everybody has to win their one-on-one, you know, especially in that situation. When they know we're going to run the ball, they know what's going on, we know what's going on, and they were able to get in there and stop us, but we still were able to score. Oh, well, that was the
flag
the
game.
PI, the offensive PI on that one too. So, you know, just got to execute. It's coming down to execution. Got to find a way to execute. You got to be at your best when your best is needed.
John Wooden.
What's the coaching note on that offensive PI? Is that he's just got to continue running the route?
Yeah, continue running the route. They kind of said it was like a moving screen.
Right.
That's what the ref told me. So if he would have been more not moving as much and then getting to his route, then it would have been legal.
We haven't talked about New Mexico. What are their strengths that are going to present the biggest challenges on Friday?
This offensive coordinator is really good. He does a good job of what he has. He schemes pretty well and gets guys open and has a lot of movement, you know. So it's good that our defense was going against us this whole training camp with a lot of movement, so they should be used to that. And then defensively, got a middle linebacker and a D tackle that can play. So there's guys over there, there's talent on this side of the ball, and you know they're going to be excited and ready to play against UCLA in the Rose Bowl. So
You see them as more run or pass oriented or balanced, or?
I would say balanced a little bit, you know, just a little bit more balanced, but you never know what's going to happen, whatever game plan or whatever they see that they can attack, they're going to try to do that.
You know, Dampier and Calandre were both kind of guys that aren't afraid to get out of the pocket. Their QB seems to be a little more steady in the pocket. How does that kind of change the approach for the defense this week?
He's there, so it's a little bit better when you know that the guy's going to be standing back there and not moving around. Both those guys were pretty elusive, you know, and could extend plays, and it's hard when you can extend plays. So we're ready for this challenge too, because you know we're going to face moving quarterbacks, and we're going to face quarterbacks that stay in the pocket, and this is coming up in this Big Ten. So it's another opportunity for us to just show what we can do.
We heard a lot of like sort of hooting and hollering at the beginning of practice during the stretches. What's the mood around the team right now?
Just that, you know, just Guys are still fighting. They understand it's an early season, and like I said just before, tough times don't last. Tough people do. So, tough things have gotten tough, and we didn't really get the victory, and it was unfortunate. But the fact that they came out here and you could feel the juice, and you guys heard it, their mindset's correct. They're in the right place.
Oh, sorry about that. What's been your assessment of Nico's decision making on some of those zone reads? When to keep it and when to hand it off?
A combination of both. There's some that I'm sure he would want to hand it off or pull, vice versa. So it's just a thin line, in there. But I think that he's doing a good job on just leading this offense and continuously being tough. And whenever his number's called, he's ready to go.
You got a short week. You practiced yesterday. Is there anything you're doing to assist recovery efforts to make sure that they are rested going into this game?
I think yesterday was kind of one of those days, and then all our walkthroughs are going to be a different tempo than it was before. So we're going to find ways in the afternoon to do just a little bit lighter stuff. But it's just mostly just recovery, getting the cold tubs, hot tubs, keep hydrating, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go.
Outside of Quasi, being out today because of the monitoring situation, is there any other guys that are out?
No.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.